Hello everyone, my name is Mossy, but for this series you may call me Professor Mossy, and today we will be covering the basics for what Frontlines is, as well as its differences from PvE instances. Red velvet is my favorite type of cake. So, you want to learn how to frontline. There's a lot to go over. This will be slight rapid fire, but if you're new and have to unlock Frontlines as well as the Wolves Den, you first have to talk to the following NPCs at these locations to unlock the Wolves Den, and these NPCs to unlock Frontlines. Both of these NPCs will be located at your grand company that you chose, either Maelstrom, Twin Adders, or the Immortal Flames. Well, what is Frontlines? Frontlines is a 24 versus 48 mode where you will randomly be placed in one of the Grand Company factions, and your alliance must then fight against the two other alliances for control over objectives that differ based off the map you're in. As of this patch, there are 4 map types. Each of these maps will have their own separate video in the future to explain how they work. To even roll or queue for Frontlines, your job must at least be level 30 and have the Soul Stone equipped. The daily roulette Frontlines provides a huge surge of XP and is highly suggested when leveling up a job. The neat thing about Frontlines is you can queue up as one job, then fight or heal as another job. After the instance is then over, you will gain XP for the job you queued up as. However, keep in mind that you can only queue up to 4 people in a light party for Frontlines. In Frontlines, gear, armor, and level do not matter. Every job has defaulted HP, mana, and attack potency. At the same time, stats that influence direct hit, parry, and critical hits do not affect Frontlines as they do not exist. This also applies to auto attacks and blocking with shield. With communication, the say, party, alliance, yell, shout, free company, link shell, crossword link shell, PvP teams, and novice network chat channels can be used during Frontlines. However, say, yell, and shout can only be readable from your own party. As well, if you get a status ailment of the following, your character will gain a resistance to that specific ailment for 10 seconds after the ailment wears off. The notable differences to also include is general actions such as sprint is not allowed, it is replaced with bolt, and teleporting isn't either. A return is allowed though. Mounts are allowed, but if you get hit while on it, you will get the limp debuff, which you gain no resistance to. Being knocked out will result in teleporting back to your base and apply an invulnerability buff on yourself for 15 seconds after leaving the spawning platform. Lastly, your adrenaline gauge is person specific, meaning the gauge is for you and you alone. The fill speed will depend on your alliance ranking in the instance. Battle system. There is a unique battle system in Frontline where, when used correctly, can swing fights into and against your favor. This is called the Battle High system. Essentially, it is a status effect that increases damage dealt as well as HP restored from healing actions. There is a gauge on your screen that default starts at 0 gauge. You gain progression in this gauge by getting knockouts and assists up to a maximum of 100. There are 5 tiers of Battle High that give significant buffs based on what tier you are in. The first starts at gauge rating 20. It is important to note that this is additive and it stacks with all other buffs and debuffs, meaning that if you have 5 Battle High as well as Faint on a target, that target will take 70% more damage from attacks that you do to them. Nice. However, there is a consequence. If you get knocked out, when revived, your stacks will be cut in half. So keep this in mind to not overextend more than you need to. All PvP battle jobs are allowed. Damage modifiers are applied to specific jobs, mainly melee, in these instances to compensate for their position. All tanks as well as monks and samurais get a 10% increase in damage dealt as well as a 30% decrease in damage taken. Dragoons and ninjas also get this 10% increase in damage dealt but get a 25% decrease in damage taken. Lastly, red mage has only a 20% decrease in damage taken. All other classes operate as normal. Yeah, that's it. If I missed anything or if you have any other points, questions, or silly stuff, don't forget to leave a comment. Frontlines for me is super fun and I find it great to do with friends or FC mates. So try it out with others when you get the chance. Anyways, that does it for me. Thanks for stopping by, and for now, happy hunting, fellow wolves. Bye.